Tēnā koutou katoa, everyone, and welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions. I'm your host, Mucky Hope. And tonight, as always, you know, she's the Riri to my Kirby. Not necessarily the Feras to my Kirby just yet. I feel like we haven't had any arguments or gone to war against each other yet.
No.
Maybe one day in a fans versus favourites or New Zealand versus Australia season. But as always, it is the lady of my life, the podcaster of my life. I don't think I could do any of this without her. It's the amazing Michelle. How's it going?
Hello. It's good.
Hello.
Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday all day, and then I got your message and went, Jesus, it's Tuesday.
Yeah. No, honestly, like my time, like of days and everything, it's like, okay, I work today or I don't. So I like really struggle with, okay, is this actually a Monday or a Tuesday? But now I know podcast Tuesdays, podcast Fridays.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even working, so I have no idea what day it is at the moment. So
yeah. How's the school holidays like treating you?
Very good. Now I've got some news.
Okay.
So on Saturday afternoon, I'm listening to the radio in the car, and one of the stations has a competition on, and I thought I really need to win that competition. So on Sunday morning, I thought I'll get up early and I'll be one of the first to call because no one gets up early to do competitions on a Sunday morning. Yeah. So I got on and I put the radio on my laptop and I was listening, and I opened it. It was open for 1 minute. They said call now, and I called and I didn't get through straight away. So I thought, I don't have a chance, because I didn't know if they want to call a one or call a whatever. And I thought, no, I don't have a chance. Anyway, I got through, no one answered. And then I got engaged. And I thought, I'll keep ringing, because I was eating my bacon and eggs. And I thought, well, I'll finish my bacon and eggs while I'm ringing. So I kept ringing. And then I got through. And I'm like, got a mouth, bacon and eggs. Anyway, I got through. And then, of course, I ran to the bedroom so I could be louder, and I started just screaming because he wanted to know my name and all this, and to win these tickets to basically the Australian version of the Emmys. It's a TV awards night for the Logies.
Logies? Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I won 2 tickets to the Logies. And I'm on the call, and I said, do you understand why I want to go? I'm really glad I won these tickets, because what I want to do is find some 10 executives and find out why the hell they got rid of JLP. And the host on the radio station is going, we don't need any trouble at the Logies. I said, no. I'm no trouble at all. I'll be totally fine. I'm joking, actually. Don't worry about it. Okay. And he said, okay, well, that's all right then. I said, I'll just give them death stares in the bathroom when I'm in the I go to the toilet. And he said, what? No. And I said, it's okay. I'm joking. And he gave me the tickets. So in 3 weeks, I'll be on the hunt for any 10 executives.
Nice. And if there isn't any promos for Australia versus the World that's come out by then, make sure you bring your pitchfork, your torches, and you really hunt them down, you know?
I think I need a sign. Save JLP. Not save Feras, save JLP. Yeah.
Michelle, you legend. Let them know you want JLP back. Honestly, Michelle, you are the absolute G. Like, honestly, you know, like finding out when roughly Australia versus World is supposed to come out, you know, hunting down Channel 10. Like, you're literally a lord and savior of Australian survival fans.
Or a crazy woman, basically.
I mean, I feel like they're perfectly mixed well together, you know?
Yeah, well, they could. But anyway.
And I've got some good news as well.
Yes.
So on Saturday night, I forced Hamish, or Stag Zero, if you've been following like the podcast, to watch 3.5 hours of King Kong, just as you normally do, right? And
poor guy.
I felt it's funny because I actually fell asleep during the movie. And it's my favorite movie, and I also fell asleep.
No.
But I woke up in the morning. I went to the gym because, you know, I'm a strong man, you know, a strong Sasquatch. And there was a parcel on my bed. And I went and had a look. And it's from the king of the jungle himself, Luke Toki. And Hamish and Brendan have been organizing with Luke to send me some cheeky merch. We've got the immortal hat. You know, it's got game time. We've got Creeping Baby right here.
Oh, my gosh.
And also So I've been wearing it like every day, but the immortal shirt as well.
It's upside down, but we get the idea.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah,
God.
yeah, that's my amazing news. No radio contest, but
Cool.
I got stuff from Luke, Michelle. In case you
I
didn't
know.
know, in case
Cool.
nobody knows, he's low key my favorite Survivor player of all time. So oh gosh,
oh well, that's cool.
It's very cool. Anyways, we're not here to talk about bloody radios, Logies, or how amazing Luke, Tokyo, or Brendan, or Hamish is. We're here to talk about Kirby.
Yeah.
And Michelle, kick it off. Why is Kirby so special? She recently just played. Why does she deserve a spot on the Australian side?
She's a strategic genius, basically. I mean,
yeah.
She went up against Feras. They were both very strategic. And then she realized it's better to, be aligned with your enemy than go against them and keep having these, little spats, so as they say. I think she chose a very clever route there, and to go that way, and it got her further. It got Feras further. I mean, we saw the commercials. I don't know whether you saw the commercials over there, but every week it felt like one of them was going, because they would be top of the commercial. Who's going to win, or they have a fight, or it comes down to this sort of thing. And, it was just crazy. And she did really well. She got to final 5 and she won 3 individual immunity challenges. I mean, being on the Rebels, she won quite a few challenges as a tribe. Yeah. And even when the tribes got mixed up, she was always, nearly always on the winning tribe. So she's used to winning. She's used to doing well, but she's the only player on the Australian tribe who hasn't got a connection to anyone else, who hasn't played with anybody else. Like, she's got a connection to Luke, I know, from WA, but she's not played with anybody else. And that's a bit scary, considering everyone else has some sort of playing connection.
Yeah. And almost like every returning player season has got the player that just recently played, right? Like you had Rupert from Pearl Islands, Russell, Malcolm, Michaela and Zeke, and obviously Rizzo and Savannah, I think, for season 50. And I guess now it's Kirby, even though it wasn't like straight away back to back. It pretty much almost was for Kirby coming out to do Australia versus the world. But I guess the big question is, Michelle, who's going to be Kirby's Feras? Who is someone on the Australian tribe that you can see her being like, we've got like a bit of a frenemy sort of relationship with?
See, I can see her getting on with Luke, and it's not because of the connection that they tenuously have. But I can see Luke gelling well with her more than the others. Yeah. Obviously, she's quite strategic in that she did that crazy move where she gave her individual immunity to somebody else at tribal council. And so you have to be really confident to give away your immunity. So I think she's got a way with people. However, we saw that the way she spoke to people sometimes didn't work very well in her favor. I know with Michelle, it didn't work very well.
Michelle?
Oh, sorry, I'm calling her Michelle, but she's not Michelle. In real life, she's Michelle. Crazy.
Wait, which tribe? Rebels or Titans?
Rebels.
Cuddle Crew?
God. Sorry?
Peter? Was it with the Cuddle Crew? Like Peter?
No,
Kelly,
not the Cuddle
Rihanna?
Crew. Not Rihanna,
Kelly,
no.
Rihanna.
Kelly. Sorry, Kelly.
Kelly, yeah.
Sorry, I forgot her name on the show. So I think she needs to take a step back sometimes and not say everything she feels straight out.
Yeah.
Might not get her as far as she did before. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, it's really hard because naturally I think of a player like George, right? But I can see her actually working well with George because throughout Titans vs. Rebels, Kirby was always adapting, right? Like I recall during the time I was saying she's almost playing like a Tony Kagayan game where she'll swing and make a big move, spend a couple of episodes sort of like salvaging the relationships, picking up the pieces, and then a couple of episodes later, she's right there making another move, right? Like we saw this with the Cuddle Crew, where she voted alongside them, but sort of led the vote that started the Kirby Feras war, pretty much. And then she was able to gain control like through the tribe swap, but then she was set back with a twist that pretty much screwed over Charles. But then what happens next? Like she forms like a great solid friendship with Feras to make a great alliance, and they're able to move forward pretty much rebel strong all the way through the merge, pretty much. Obviously, Kirby flip-flops here and there, Feras flip-flops here and there, but they never actually gone for each other. It's for like each other's allies, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Well, because that's what you try and do in Survivor. You keep the big people and you get rid of you weaken them by getting rid of their alliance.
Yeah. And so I can see Kirby having that kind of friendship with George, almost a sort of friendly relationship. I think they will both identify each other as like massive threats. I don't think they would go to them together, but I can see that sort of fun relationship forming with George. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's a possibility. I think George is a bit like a Russell in that he can gain trust with a wide range of different people. And usually females more than males. So maybe that is a thing. I never thought of George. I only thought of Luke. Yeah.
Well, I think something about Kirby as well, something that's very underrated, because she made massive wild moves. She had great in challenges, but her social game was really great. Like I was just watching some of her highlights just before we started, and at the start of the merge, she sat back and did nothing. And the mark against like Caroline War sort of started up. She allowed Feras to take a swing, and then the Rebels and Titans went up against each other. And then Kirby was like, you know what? Now I'm going to start playing. So I think she knows when to take a back seat and when to strike. But with such a shortened season, how well do you think she's going to do now that the days are quite literally numbered? And being such a social player, where often it takes time to really like woo people over, how well do you reckon Kirby's going to do?
I don't know. I think she's on par with Janine.
You reckon?
Like for placement. Yes. Look, I don't put either of them higher than the other. I put Kirby there because she doesn't have a game connection. And I put Janine there because I think she isn't as social as Kirby. So I think I see them as level for different reasons.
Yeah.
I could be totally wrong. We could laugh about this afterwards. Like, totally.
Yeah. No, the plan is after the season, we're going to go back through all these individual player deep dives and just do a react to us predicting.
And basically, what the hell were we thinking? Yeah.
Pretty much. And a comment here from Brendan. Hello, Michelle and friends. Well, Brendan, I literally just gave you a massive shout out for helping to organize this in the shirt from Luke Toki, which thank you so much, by the way. But yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, Brendan's absolute legend. Yeah, it took me by total surprise. I normally don't get blindsided by stuff easily, but that, really swooped me off my feet.
Private blindside.
I had my own private blindside, indeed. I can also understand in terms of like Kirby potentially being an early out because not a lot of like the game connections and stuff. But I do think a scenario that could happen is the David versus George happens really early. Maybe like all the big dogs like David, Luke. I mean, God forbid this happens, but David, Luke, George, Shonny, the first 4 voted out of the Australian tribe.
Oh my God,
like, that would actually suck. That would actually genuinely suck.
If Rob wins, that's okay then. But
no,
that would be awful. Oh, I spoke to Rob.
Oh,
remember we had that conversation, and so I said, this is a very strange question to ask you, Rob, but we want to know. We've heard you're using the same clothes. Have they been washed or not? So, and he answered. So what he
Okay.
said is that because he's, I think, half Zulu, I think his mum's Zulu and his dad's Danish. I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure. So there is a top that sort of print, the brown print top that he wears. He's worn in promos. That is a typical Zulu top, and a lot of Zulu people have that top. So he has multiples of the same top. So he did not take the exact top that he wore in Island of Secrets. However, he has others. So he took similar clothing. So when people say he's wearing the same clothes, they're not actually the exact same clothes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a great time that you brought up Rob, because Rob is a great winner of the show, right? You know, he played a very dominating game, very social, very likable. And now we've got a surprise guest for a Survivor winner, pretty much bought off from Timu, not as great as Rob, but it's Feras.
Oh, he's not
What
Timu. I don't think he's even
what is
Sheen. I
up,
think he could be up
guys?
there.
How are we?
Doing so
I'm
good, man.
good. How are you, Ferris?
I'm good. Hey, I was training and I completely forgot. Look at the time, like, holy crap, it's 7:15 and I had to jump on. So, hey guys, how are we? We
We're
good?
doing,
Good. That's okay.
doing
We've
so
done all
good,
the
brother.
basics about Kirby. You can give us the goss and the down low sort of stuff.
Sorry, you just cut out there, Michelle. What was that?
You can give us the goss about Kirby rather than the basics that we had.
Oh, about Kirby. What do you want to know about Kirby? And why do I feel like I am the most eligible candidate to talk about Kirby?
Well, yeah, you are.
We've had a really rough relationship, guys. Kirby and I, she's a very complex person, but we love her for that. I'm so excited to see how she does on Australia versus the world. I think she's in a very, very unique position.
Very unique.
Where
she hasn't played with anybody.
Yeah, no, she's pretty much the only person that doesn't have a direct connection in the game, which I feel like could be a huge advantage, especially in a tribe full of huge egos. Kirby is able to sort of downplay her ego. And I think the thing that Kirby does best is she doesn't bite more off than she can chew. Some people get a bit mad with power. In other words, me. Whereas in Kirby knows when to step back. She knows when to give control, and she knows when to take control. And I think that is super, super important, especially in a season filled with Davids, Georges, Lukes, and huge characters. I think what Kirby's going to do is she's going to prop everyone else on a pedestal. I think she's going to pay respect to the game, almost too much respect to the players, and I think she's going to use that to her advantage. I think she's going to pull a whole persona of, I will vote with whoever wants me to vote with them because they're the big players and I'm just here and I'm just posting along. I think that's a strategy she's going to take. She knows how to feed off egos. Again, with me, she was so good with that with me. She knew how to like she was the only person that really knew how to stroke my ego. Like the way she knew how to prop people up is second to none. I genuinely, if I sat next to Kirby in the end, I think, Kirby definitely would have taken it only because of the powerful connections she's made. And I don't think people understand how absolutely magnetic that woman is. And I think a lot of people underestimate that. Any person that I've ever met have all said the same thing, that Kirby has this magnetic attraction that no one of any age, of any gender, of anyone can come close to. And I'll die on that hill. Nobody is as magnetic as Kirby that I've spoken to. I've met a lot of ex-Survivor players. I've met a lot of All-Stars. I've met a lot of big names. Still to this day, Kirby's attraction is second to none. And I think that's what's going to push her through the game. I think she's going to have a very strong grip on the females in the tribe. I think she has Sarah's respect. I think she'd worked very well with Ginny. The thing with Kirby is she's very respected with how firm and direct she is, and she respects firmness and directness. And you've got that with Shawnee, you've got that with Janine, you've got that with Sarah. They all thrive on that, and that's only going to make all of them more powerful.
Yes.
Kirby's met George outside of the game. I think that's a possibility that they will work well together. Do I think Kirby and David will work together? Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I see them as very different characters. Totally.
Yeah.
Kirby, no. Yeah. So I that's my own opinion. I know the way Kirby's playing style is, and I know who she needs to genuinely see a connection with someone to be able to work with them at the end of the day. If she does not have any connection with them, she just simply can't align with you. Even if she can't, like, even if it's the slightest connection, she'll find. But if she can't find anything, she just will not work with you. Like how she was with Alex, for example. There was just something missing. There was no spark there, no survivor spark. And I think David is gonna find a very similar path with Kirby. I think Kirby will prioritize so many other people over David. And I think if anyone would want David's head, it'd be Kirby. My opinion.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone would want David's head.
Especially now, after the news of JLP, right? Everyone wants David's head.
But no, look, I'm so excited to see. Sorry, by the way, I just blabbed on about Kirby and just fangirled over Kirby.
No, it was good.
All good, brothers. All good. Yeah.
But I think this is where she's going to thrive. The only thing I am worried about is her going a bit mad with power. So coming off a season where she was the main character, where she was dictating it, where she was, one of the two that were going head to head. Now moving into something like this, I think it might be hard for her to navigate this much around personalities without wanting control again. That's my only worry.
But I think she's intelligent enough to know that she's going into a massive season and she knows that she's going to have to change her tact.
Yeah, like if honestly, for anyone that is studying to be on Survivor, for example, Titans versus Rebels is a horrible season to study because it's the most unpredictable season. So Kirby coming from a season with that much unpredictability, moving into a game with a lot more strategy and plays and steps, I don't know how she might do. She might do better. She might do worse. All I know is she thrives in chaos. And when there's not that much chaos and there's a lot more strategic thinking, who knows? But I have full faith in her and how she builds relationships with people. Her social game is incredible.
Yeah. Something that Michelle and I were just talking about Feras was who's going to be Feras 2.0. You know, obviously you and Kubas had a very dynamic relationship throughout the season where you're going after each other, but then working together. Who on the cast do you reckon could have fulfilled that role for Kirby?
I think George could be that person. In terms of having that relationship, I think George's personality and my personality is quite similar, except George is a lot more direct and forward and a lot more aggressive in that way. So I don't know if that might throw her off. But George is definitely the type of person that she can build that with. It depends if they trust each other or not. Again, it depends on the relationship they build. Kirby's so big on that as well. But I think George has that potential. It's just a matter of can Kirby keep up with George's chaos or not?
Yeah.
Well, if she kept up with your chaos and Raymond's chaos.
Oh my god, yeah. She wanted to blow her brains out by the end of it. We were too much for her. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe she's gonna absolutely thrive. This is gonna be a dream for her. It's gonna be a holiday for her.
Yeah, exactly.
But
actually,
yeah.
What's some I guess either if it's shown or not shown, what's some great memories you have with Kirby on the island?
look, Kirby from Kirby and I bonded very early on, probably from like the second day, where we were the only ones awake keeping the fire alive. And I'll be honest, we were just bitching about everyone. How no one else would
Yeah.
maintain the fire except for us, and like we'd have long chats all night. And I think that's what sort of brought us really, really close together. And just sharing personal experiences where, like, to be honest, I've never come across someone like, Kirby and her background, and she's hardly come across someone like me. But yeah, no. So we bonded very early on. But yeah, no, I think she's gonna absolutely smash it. But it's gonna
Yeah.
be so exciting to see how well she does. But yeah,
It's funny you said that about charisma because she came to the end of one of our watch parties once and she was standing, and I didn't see her arrive, but she was standing in a big group of people. And then when I saw her, there was something about her that made her stand out in the whole crowd. And I don't know what it was, but now that you're saying that, I'm thinking there was something there.
I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you why Kirby, and I've always said this on every podcast about Kirby, and why Kirby is so incredible at what she does in the game of Survivor. Kirby has a level of calmness that people see comfort in times of chaos, where crazy people like me will be running around all paranoid and shit. Kirby's playing it cool. She's calm, and people seek comfort in that, and therefore vote with her, and therefore follow her, and that's why she's able to build such a strong following so quickly. And even in a social setting, she has this calm demeanor that keeps people comfortable. She's incredibly smooth. She's very quick-witted. So having someone that's really on the ball like that in a game of Survivor makes you feel extremely safe and comfortable, because if
Yeah.
someone's going to go after you, someone like Kirby that's very quick-witted is going to have your back. Or someone like Kirby, again, that's always on her feet and calm in, situations of chaos, would be able to come up with plan B rather than Feras that's running around like a headless fucking chalk. So
Yeah.
that's why Kirby's so good at what she does. And a lot of people underestimate how valuable that type of persona is in a game like Survivor, because it's not easy to keep calm in chaos. We've seen George shit himself, for God's sakes, but Kirby, you've never seen the flinch, like genuine. So
Yeah.
that's going to help her a lot.
Are you sad that you didn't get to play this season?
I will say the only reason I do feel a bit of FOMO, because I feel like that has sealed the deal that me and Kirby will never play again together.
Okay.
That's the only thing that sort of stings, because I really, really wanted to play with her. So if she's on this season, then the probabilities that us playing together again is quite thin.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to have, gone a second round with Kirby, and just to see, what sort of things we can do. That would have been really fun. But all in all, I'm so excited. I'm so happy to see, all of my friends on the screen killing it. Like George, Kirby, they have all my full-blown support, and I'm so excited to see how they go.
You know what? I wanted you in it because I thought if George is in it and you're in it, I really wanted to see how you two would absolutely rule the game.
Well, there you go.
I'm a bit disappointed.
Yeah, that kind of sealed the deal of, me and George ever playing together again.
Yeah.
As well. And I also feel like putting me aside, I feel like one more person from our season or a different season should have been put on, just to give Kirby a bit of an edge as well. I thought it would have been a lot more balanced if Kirby, had for example, a Valeria on the season, just to make it slightly more balanced in terms of dynamics. But look, it is what it is. The cast is incredible, and it's every Survivor fan's dream to see all these people play together. And I'm sure it's going to be the most incredible season ever. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I reckon they should have swapped out George for Nash. Someone really recent.
Feras Ferris knows Nash as well, don't you?
I know them all. I know all the Chaos Kings. I know them all. It's so bad.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, whose alarm's going off?
Sorry, that's my alarm. You
All
guys
right,
keep
go into
I'll be
silent.
right back.
Mucky, go to silent. God, seriously. Thanks for coming on, Ferris. I know it was short notice, and I know you're training quite a bit at the moment.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I look again. Anytime Kirby is mentioned, count me in. I can talk about that woman all day. So I'm cheering so hard from Western Sydney, literally in the middle of Western Sydney right now for Kirby, and my boy George as well. So I'm so excited to see them play and smash it.
And I just noticed you've sort of changed. Your podcast has sort of changed. You're now in like a studio or something. You're not on the couch anymore.
Yeah, we're getting a bit close and personal. We sort of changed our style a bit. We're dancing on the edge of cancellation, so who knows what's going to happen?
Oh, really? Well, it's all a bit professional looking now.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like anybody that says they watch the podcast, I say, look, I'm so sorry. It's going to make you dumber. Like you're going to get absolute zero value out of my podcast.
But I watch snippets and it just makes me laugh. Just you two make me laugh. You're
it's
really
so
good
immature.
together.
Yeah. It's so much. Well, who knows? Maybe you'll see us on the Amazing Race one day. Maybe we'll play with you, Michelle, on the Amazing Race.
My God, yes. Well,
that's the dream.
I'm going to try and find these executives and stand outside their building and
hell yes,
see them.
Hell yeah.
Kel's on, Rebel Kel's on here. I can't share the screen, but she's saying, honestly, honest, Feras, loved hearing you again, Feras. So there you go.
Oh, I love you, Kel. I miss you, Kel. Wow. Yeah, you know what? I actually do miss Kel. Don't miss not sleeping all night because of her dancing. But I do miss her.
Dancing and singing. Singing to Rebel Yell.
Oh,
Rebel
we love Kel. We love Kel. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for having me,
Thanks
Michelle.
for joining
really
us,
appreciate
Feras.
it. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves.
Bye, Feras.
See ya.
Enjoy. I can't get him off, but I am still on. I don't know where Mucky is. I'm assuming his alarm is still going off. I can't actually end the stream because it's his stream. Oh my God. This has happened to me before on this podcast. I ended up podcasting about Amazing Race for at least 10 minutes by myself. So, should I ring him? Let me try and ring him and see what the hell is going on in New Zealand. Oh my God. Why does this happen to me? Like, why? Hello. Are you outside? He's been evacuated. Okay, viewers, he's been evacuated outside. Feras has just left. I cannot end the stream. Can you do it from down there? Because I can't. No, I think we've spoken enough. I know Rebel Kel came in to the chat. So anyway, and he's gone. And now I'm on the phone to you. And for anybody else watching this, Mucky is now outside his building because the alarm went off. Okay. There's fire truck men at the building. I can put you on. Can I put you on speaker? I don't understand what's going on here.
I don't.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
I'm
on speaker?
Yeah.
All right. Kia ora, everyone. Don't worry. I'm perfectly fine. The fire alarm for the building's gone off. I'm going to try and log on and maybe in the stream. But if you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. Like, comment, let us know what you think about Kirby's chances on Australia versus the world. Is it as chaotic as this podcast? Probably. But thank you so much for watching. Ka kite anō. I've been your host, Mucky Hope. We've got more fire trucks on their way right now.
Oh my God. Rebel Cal wants to know where you think Kirby will place. I think she might make merge. I don't think she'll be much higher. What do you think?
I reckon she is a dark horse for top 4.
Oh.
I think Feras as well really said it great in terms of she's just going to sit back, let all the big personalities go at it, and it's a short season, right? Time goes by really bloody fast.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys discussed this, but who's coming for Kirby?
Well, actually, no one's coming for Kirby, actually. You're right.
While she doesn't have another player there as to be like her main friend or
yes.
Or like she's not coming in with any beef. She doesn't have an ego to prove or a game to prove. Like the personalities like George and David have had years to be like, well, I'm the better player. No, I'm the better player.
Yeah.
She hasn't had any of that. So I think she's going to sit back. David and George are going to have their war. There's going to be some kind of swap, maybe an early merge. Then you're going to have to deal with like the Parvati's, the Ceres, the Robs, the Lukes, the Shawnees.
Yeah.
But Kirby's going to be there, I think she may even have a new era type game plan.
Could
be.
We
sort of sit back, wait till like the final 6, final 5, make that massive move, and then you're on top of the game.
Yep, could be. All right.
She just wins her way out. She almost did that in times vs Rebels, so.
You got more sirens. Jesus, is your building on fire? What the hell?
I am the hot stuff. But can I say, this hasn't happened until Feras joined the podcast. Right? Him and his handsome look set fire to the building.
Yeah, that's what happened. Totally. Oh, God.
All right, I'm going to hang up.
All right.
Hang up, Michelle. Keep blabbing away. I'm going to try and log in and see if I can.
Really? Do you want me to blab away? This has happened to me before. All right. You go. I will blab for a little amount of time.
I'm going to try and log on. If it ends randomly, then
okay.
Everyone knows why. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so if it ends all of a sudden, it ends. I just wanted to say, if some of you don't know, I admin the Australian Survivor fans group. And tonight I'm going to be putting up a post where people can put up, show everybody their collections. No, we don't have an air date yet, Jenny. Sorry. I should ring Channel 10 again tomorrow. I'll give them another ring. So I'm going to put up a post and people can take photos of their collections of things. I know people collect merchandise from CBS in America, and I know other people have great collections of buffs. So if you have stuff at home, we love stuff. Just get ready for that post and you can put up whatever you covet and you own.
All right. I've made it on. so this is my apartment place at the moment. But don't worry, we're doing all good.
But you still can't stop the stream because you're not the other person.
Huh? Oh, yeah. So we've got Mucky home and we've got Mucky.
Yeah.
We've got two personalities. But thank you so much, everyone who's joined the chat. It's been a very chaotic podcast, but that's why we put Mucky, Feras, Michelle all together for one great podcast. If you're new, smash the subscribe button. You guys are absolute legends. And we'll catch you all in the next podcast. Michelle, Friday night, right?
Friday. Who are we doing on Friday?
Yeah. Friday night, we're talking about Tony.
Woohoo!
We're talking about Tony, the two-time legend, what his chances are on Australia versus the world. So keep an eye out for that. Kaki te anō, everyone, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.